In this video, we'll learn from start to finish how we can edit and improve our images. For example, remove the defects, or whether change the clothes, or just add the jewelry, and so on and so on. First things first, let's go ahead and pick some image. For example, I've got the idea to pick this one image, which is very great. I can go over right there and click download. Now we can go over back to our homepage of Leonardo AI by going to the left top corner and clicking right there on this arrow. And now basically we'll be using very useful tool. And I'm speaking about the canvas editor. There you've got like the quick overview, what this the tool does. However, to get the access to it, you can go over there to get started here, and now you will find the canvas editor, or go over to the left side of the page, and there you should have the tab with the canvas editor. And there we've got this entire interface. Now let's go over and actually drag and drop our image inside. And now we can basically with this tool apply different edits inside of our image. However, you can see there we've got a lot of different options. For example, this one frame. Basically in this one area, so within this one frame, we'll do the edits. So for example, right there we can go over and place this frame right there. And afterwards, we can apply some edits right there by drawing a mask. And overall, what is the mask? Let me show you it on the example. At the left side of the page, we've got the feature, which is draw mask. And for example there, we've got something which seems to be like an eraser. But basically by drawing, I would say, this one the shape, we are telling the Leonardo AI, alright, so within this one area, so this pink, I would say the lines, generate there something, based on our prompt. So we are just determining the specific part or whether the parts of an image to basically fill in, alright? So generate something within, I would say, this one area. And also this one frame shows the exact, I would say, the part of an image that we would I would say, to edit, alright? So basically if we'll have this frame, just beyond this one mask drawn right there, nothing will happen, alright? Because at the end of the day, we need to have everything, I would say, in this one frame. Because as I said, we are just telling the Leonardo AI that hey, we would like to generate something inside of this, I would say, the frame. So now for example, we've got our mask, we've got our frame, and we can type something. For example, right there, golden earrings. And let's generate it. So there you can see we've got something like this, and we can choose from different options. So for example, the second one option is very, I would say, solid, and the first one, alright? And now we can accept the result, or whether cancel it, alright? So let me go over with the cancel, and now I will show you the situation, when the frame will be just below our mask, so our mask will be outside of this one frame. So now I can click generate, and you can see that nothing changes right there, alright? Because we didn't, I would say, have this one mask inside of this one frame. At the left side of the page, we've got different features. Basically, the first one is the pan, and basically we can move the area by holding, I would say, the mouse, alright? And actually with this tool, we can easily navigate our entire space, alright? Then we've got the option to select. By this way, we can move around our frame, alright? And there we've got the different options right there. So basically we have the snap, and basically it moves by the pixels. So if we go over and there will increase the value, you can see it moves by this way. So basically by using the entire pixels when it comes to our image overall. But basically if we go over there and we'll decrease the value, you can see it's more smooth. However, also we've got the movement, so the entire frame is going through all of the pixels. However, there, if we'll disable this one option, so the snap, the entire, I would say, the frame is very smooth, alright? So the entire movement is very, I would say, the consistent. After the select tool, we've got our feature to draw a mask. And basically there, we can apply a mask in different areas. So for example, let's say I would like to change this one dress of the woman, so I can go over and now draw a mask. Or whether there I can increase the size of the mask, or just decrease the size of it, alright? So basically decrease the size if you have the small details. So for example, you would like to apply changes in the lips, and basically increase the size if you would like, for example, to select the bigger area. Next we've got the eraser, but we'll skip this for now, and let's go over to the sketch. So basically there, we can go over and for example again, choose the size, and basically choose the color, alright, of our sketch, and actually we can go over and draw something, alright, on this one image exactly. Next we've got the feature which is the text, so simply we can go over and click somewhere to add some text. So this is the text. Basically it's not, I would say, very useful when it comes to our instance, but you know, I'm showing you all of the options for you to better understand, I would say, this entire feature. However, let's go over back to our eraser. And basically there, we've got, I would say, at the top of our page, like this one, I would say the drop-down menu. And there we can choose if you would like to erase all of, I would say, the sketches, the images and the masks, or whether like set up the eraser for the specific, I would say, the purpose. So for example, only to sketch the image. Let's go over back. And now basically, you can see we can sketch the image as we want, alright? Let me go over and undo this in the left bottom corner, or by clicking, I would say, the Ctrl Z. Then we've got like the very important like sketches. So we can erase, I would say, any sketches on the image. Basically, if we will have some sketches, we can go over there and just remove it as we want. And there we've got also the mask, which is also very, very important. And basically there we can remove our mask that we previously applied, alright, on our image. So this tool is very, very powerful because without just changing anything else, we can apply some changes, alright? So for example, for our character, we can add the earrings, like change the clothes, or whether even change the surrounding, alright, so the environment. However, there, at the right side of the page, we've got like the additional options. So firstly, as always, we've got like the credits that we can use. Basically, afterwards, we've got the model. So basically, like it chooses the model that will be used to generating the results. And basically there, we can choose as always from a lot of them. And basically, I recommend you to use the Leonardo Diffusion XL. This is the best one model when it comes to the editing, alright? So basically feel free to go over and use it, or whether just go over and just experiment with it as always, alright? Now we've got below two, I would say, very important expressions that you could, I would say, encounter in the past. So the in-paint and the out-paint, or whether in-painting or whether out-painting. And overall, this is very, very simple. We are using the in-paint when we are just applying the changes inside of the image. And actually we are using the out-paint when we are just applying, I would say, the changes outside of the image. So maybe we are generating like the content, I would say, not within, I would say, this one image, but just outside, alright? So basically also we've got this one possibility. It will be not, I would say, very useful in our case. However, we can go over there and just, I would say, pick this one frame. And basically we can go over right there and just apply something. So simply we can go over to the prompt box and type crowded city. And we can click generate. And now you can see by this way, we've got another one part of the image, but I would say outside this one, I would say initial design, alright? Let me go over now and cancel it. So now you know exactly what the in-paint and basically the out-paint, I would say, mean. And now there you've got the option to enable. So basically if you will do the out-paint, so we will expand the image, I would say, in specific direction. So beyond our initial image, you can go over and like, I would say, enable this one option. But basically if you will do the edits inside of this image, you are staying with the in-paint method, alright? So basically like make, I would say, this one option disabled. Afterwards, we've got like the number of images, there the image dimensions. So basically like the size of this, like the frame will change, like depends from the dimension that we'll choose. Alright. And there we've got also the aspect ratio. And now basically we can go over right there and for example, try to, I would say, edit something else. And now I would like to change this woman's, I would say, the dress. However, you can see I picked the biggest one dimension and it's too small, alright? And now what we can do, we can go over there and just increase by this, I would say, the sliders, the entire, I would say, the dimension of this one frame. And basically keep in mind to just very precisely, I would say, like adjust this one frame. Because basically, if you will like put this frame, I would say, a little bit outside, it will create for you like this one part, alright? So now let me go over right there and for example, type something like the dress, for example, right? Without just providing any mask and just anything, it will create for us, I would say, this one additional part. So now we can see we've got something like this, and definitely we don't want, I would say, to receive this one result. So again, pay attention to this fact. Let me go over right there and a little bit zoom it out. And now basically let's go ahead to our draw mask and let's, I would say, select this one entire area. So this one entire dress. Even we can go over and select the part of the, I would say, the parts of the arms. Let me go over, do this very fast. So we can do this by this way. And now we can go over right there. And for example, type something like the red fancy dress. And now the results are not very satisfying. However, it's not bad, but I would like to have, I would say, maybe the pure red fancy dress. So let's go over now and basically cancel this one result. And again, let's generate it. It didn't work exactly as I wanted, however, it's not bad. Also remember, every time, if your results are not satisfying, I would say, you can go over and expand, I would say, the mask area. So even you can go over right there and just expand it to let the Leonardo AI just have more area to work with. Also at the right side of the page, we've got something like the in-paint strength. So overall, when we'll use the smaller values, like the algorithm will more base on our initial, I would say, the dress. So this pink one, alright? And it will less adhere to our prompt. So now you can see I've got the value 0.5 and I've got the prompt, which is the red dress. However, it didn't provide for me the red dress because the value is too small, alright? So we've got also the pink one dress. However, when I picked the value, so the 0.9, I've got really great results, alright? So our red dress. So it adhered more to the prompt like than to our initial image. So actually we have it. With this amazing tool, we can apply some changes, remove the defects, or whether change the clothes of the, for example, some character, alright? Basically, bear in mind that this tool is not perfect, alright? Sometimes you may have a lot of, I would say, not very satisfying results. You may encounter some errors, alright? So again, this tool, it's not perfect at all. However, there we can do a lot of stuff, alright? So we can add the earrings, the jewelry, whether change the environment even, alright? Even change the clothes. So a lot of different things. And in this lecture, we covered all of the options that we have in this one feature, alright? So from now you know a lot about this tool, and basically I encourage you to go over there and try it out. Let's now talk about the upscalers in the Leonardo AI and how we can use it for our advantage. However, first things first, we need to exactly understand what this tool does. So the upscaler allows us to multiply the image size without losing the quality, alright? So there, for example, we can like multiply the image size by the 2, so 2x, 4x, or whether the 8x. So there, for example, we've got two the same one images. And first one image like have the dimension 485 pixels per 640. And the second one image is the upscaled one version 2x, alright? So that means that this image is 2x bigger, alright? 2 times. And there we've got like the dimension, which is the 970 per 1280, alright? And now this is very, very important fact, because we can say, alright, but we can like increase the image size by doing something like this, alright? So it is not bad, alright, because we can increase the image size. And let me go over and exactly pick this one pixels. So we've got it, yes. However, now you can see the differences. Like there, when we like increase the size of the image by just stretching it, like the overall quality is getting worse and worse. Therefore, this is very, very important to every time upscale the image properly instead of just stretching it up, alright? Because for example, let's say on the Instagram, like we've got the dimension, which is the default one, like the 1080 pixels per 1350, alright? And then when we'll upload, for example, this one image, which like the dimension was approximately the 500 by the 700, for example, like it will stretch up for us like this image inside of the Instagram, and basically we'll get like this one result, alright? So the quality will be a lot of worse than like comparing with the situation when we'll go over and we'll upscale the image. And overall, when we are in our image generator, like besides these three dots, we've got the resolution, alright? So we've got like the input resolution, so now you can see, and the final resolution. However, the final resolution, so the image that we received, also needs to be upscaled, alright? Because there we don't have, I would say, required pixels. So 1080 by 1350, alright? So basically there, to avoid, I would say, the lack of the quality, we need to go over and upscale it. Also, every time it's better to have too big image than too small. Because let's say you upscale the image 4x, for example. And there you've got the resolution like the 4000 by, for example, I would say 6, I would say the 1000, alright? However there, if you will shrink the image, like look on the quality, it doesn't change, alright? So basically, the quality overall like changes when you will upscale the small image to the higher, I would say, resolution, alright? By this way. So now you can see like the quality is very worse. And now actually, how does it look like when it comes to the upscalers in the Leonardo AI? Mainly we've got a few of them, but we need to choose the one which doesn't change a lot our output results, because at the end of the day, we need to have the consistent characters. And actually, if we'll have small changes in each image, alright, it will be something bad for us. Because sometimes, like the upscalers, not even like increases the size of the image, but sometimes it improves it, I would say, barely, alright? So not a huge, but barely. But as I said, it's bad for our, I would say, the output results. Because we only need to have, I would say, the size increased. And now, for instance, there when we go to an image, we've got there the three upscalers. So the Alchemy Smooth Upscale, Alchemy Crisp, and the Alchemy Upscaler, alright? And now I will show you the differences between them all. So now actually right there, we've got like this drop-down menu. So there we have the results with the Alchemy Upscaler, there with the Alchemy Smooth. So basically the overall image is just more smooth, I would say. And there like, this is more crisp. So not a huge differences. However there, I've got you covered because I've got something very special for you. When we go over to our homepage of Leonardo AI, there we've got the Universal Upscaler. And basically, this is the best one, I would say, the way to upscale our images. So there, for instance, let's add some image. I can simply drag and drop my image right there. And now we can go over and like choose different options. So for example, we've got the upscaler style, but every time we want to keep the general one. However, there we've got the creativity strength. So basically, again, if we will pick the higher values, it will create something more different than our initial image. However, if we'll pick the value the 1, it will just don't change, I would say, anything, alright? And basically the multiplier to X. So these are the best one settings when it comes to our AI influencers. Afterwards, you can see this is the image before upscaling, and this is after. So not huge changes, alright? Just barely. Just not, I would say, not visible to the human eye, I can say. However, there, in the right bottom corner, we've got different, I would say, the views. So we can go over there and, for example, compare it by this way. So this is before and this is after, alright? So I think like the differences are just not visible at all, alright? Even if you don't like, I would say, this one result somehow, alright? Maybe it provided for you something which not adhere to your requirements. You can go over there and upscale it again and just see there all of the results. Personally, I think that the upscaler improved the eyes. So we've got the brighter, I would say, the blue color. So this is just perfect. And even now I will show you the difference. If we will, for example, like pick the creativity strength of, for example, 7. So now you can see it changes a lot, and overall this image is not very captivating. Nevertheless, let's go over back to our previous creations. And now even we can preview the settings of these two images. So this one like has, I would say, the dimension of the 952 pixels by 1256, alright? But this one image is upscaled, and now we've got 1904 pixels by 2512, alright? So even like it improved, I would say, the entire like the dimension. And now this one image we are able to post on our social media without just losing the quality overall, alright? So by this way, we can just easily upscale our images. Nevertheless, you need to pay attention of the, I would say, amount of the tokens that you are using. Because like this, I would say the tool is very like the credits consuming, alright? Because right there every time we are approximately spending, I would say, the 30 tokens. So basically, if you don't have the Patreon subscription, I really encourage you to purchase the one because I think this is the great one investment. There we can use a lot of, I would say, different additional features inside of the Leonardo AI, and we've got a lot of different possibilities with like the Patreon subscription, alright? And basically at the end of the day, you have 8,500 tokens to use. So basically tons of them per month, and basically it is very enough to try out different features and basically use them a lot of times. And also if you would like, you can go over and use my link in the resources of this lecture. I will be very grateful. Nevertheless, you know, feel free to use it or not. However, also, if you don't want to spend money on the paid subscription, in the next one lecture, I will show you completely free tool, basically to help you to upscale your images. So in this lecture, we'll exactly cover the free upscaler that you can use to increase the size of your images. And actually I'm talking about iloveimage.com, the link will be in the resources of this video. And there what we can do, we can go over and drag and drop our file. And now you can see that this tool like looks very similar to this one in the Leonardo AI. Also there we've got like the dimensions, so this is before upscaling and this is after. And now even we can choose the size multiplier, so the 2x or whether 4x. Let me choose the 2x and click upscale. And there, let's download the image. So now you can see that quality is also very good. We can go over there and increase the size of this image, and we see the difference between them both, alright? So this is the free tool that basically you can use in order to upscale your images. It is also very great as in the Leonardo AI, and basically this is the free one version. So basically feel free to choose which one tool you would like to use. And again, I will put the link in the resources of this material. And for now, this is everything. I hope you liked it. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one video. This is the great time in this section to refine our knowledge and practice what we have learned so far. So overall, this video will have a kind of the form of the exercise, where we will practice how to use the upscalers, also the canvas editor. So basically with this tool, we are going to remove some defects, like add some additional parts, for example the clothes, or just even edit the image at all. And with that being said, let's exactly pick the image to edit. For example, this one is really great. Therefore we can go over there and download it. We can go over to the canvas editor and just drag and drop it right there. And like I would say, added some things. For example, firstly, I can go over and for example remove, I would say this one defects. So let me go over there, decrease the size of the mask. And for example this one, and provide the skin. And just you can see, in a few seconds, we don't have any defects on the face. This is just great. Even let me go over and do something I would say more advanced. Let's go over and preview the image dimension. We've got 896, so we can go over there and provide the width and the height of 1344. So let me go over there and do this by this way. And now let's go over and like basically cover this entire image with this one frame, alright? And even now, what I would like to do, I want to go over there and like cover this entire part, alright? So change the background. And basically let's do this very precisely. So basically use the bigger size to actually like cover this all parts. And now even when we do this, we can go over and zoom it up by clicking the control and I would say the scroll on our mouse, or whether you're just clicking there. Let's use the smaller, like the size of this one mask, applier, and like basically cover this entire parts. And do this very precisely again. You can see this process is not, I would say, time consuming. However, you need to be very precise when it comes to this one, I would say, the stuff. And now even we can type something like in the nature. And now let's go over there and change the in-paint strength to the 0.8 and click generate. And this is just perfect. We've got our trees in the background. Also there we've got something like a car, and there we've got another one version. And again, we've got something very, very nice. Even we can go over there and type, for example, in the fancy restaurant. And now let's go over back and cancel this one result. And again, let's generate it. This is just great, just awesome. This is just perfect. Just imagine we can like put our AI influencer in any, I would say, like the situations in any environment, or just change the background as we wish. For example, let's go over and type in the hotel room and for example, bed. And again, the results are quite nice. I really love it. Now let's, for example, change something else. So let's go over there and, for example, add the earrings for this woman. So just do it by this way. Just small, I would say, part of the image. And let's type silver earrings. And the results are very captivating. We've got two different options. I really love this one. This is great. Let's go over ahead and, for example, change the color of this one t-shirt. So again, let's go over and draw a mask. Let's go over ahead, right there. And even we can a little bit overlap, I can say like this one, I would say the jacket, alright? Because at the end of the day, it will work great. And like the algorithm, like will have the knowledge that there is, I would say, the jacket and that it needs to be very consistent, alright? So we can go over there and type, for example, cream shirt. And let's go over and, for example, stay with the in-paint strength of 0.8, and now let's see if that will work. So again, this is huge. We've got our cream shirt, which is just amazing, alright? The results are just great. Even let's go over and see this one result. Alright, this is even better. Let me keep it this one. And now even what I can do, I can go over and, for example, change this, I would say the necklace. Again and again and again. I've got no words for this. This is just perfect. We changed our t-shirt, we changed our environment, we added the, I would say, the earrings, also the necklace. And now when we applied all of the changes, let's go over and download this one image right there. However, at the end, I changed a little bit like the entire, like the background. Because for me, it seemed to be, I would say, too similar to the initial one image like the background. Nevertheless, let's look on the differences. This is something very, very awesome. Because actually we can create our AI influencer and actually apply some changes inside of the image without just changing the entire face. This is so, so powerful. I hope that you see this, alright? And even now, like you can see, we've got a lot of like differences. We can just manipulate the entire image, and overall, like I would say the changes are not visible for the human eye. So you don't see basically that this, I would say the image was like, I would say edited, alright? However, now at the end, when we have our image finished, we can go over to the universal upscaler and just upscale it. And remember, this is very, very important. Every time when you like have your image which is fully finished, you don't need to apply any, I would say, adjustments or edits. Go over and at the end, just upscale this one image. And this is fully done. I picked my image and basically I set up my settings, which are the best one for this case. So the creativity strength of 1 and the multiplier 2x. And now we can go over there and upscale it. And for now, it was the entire process of creation. So firstly, we like took the image and basically edited some parts. We generated the jewelry, we changed the t-shirt, also we changed the environment, so the background. And afterwards, we went over to the, I would say, the upscaler and we upscaled this one image. And this is the entire step-by-step process, how you should do this, alright? So firstly, like create the image, afterwards just edit it, and after everything just upscale. Or even if you don't need to edit some image, go over and just straight upscale the image as well, alright? So there you've got, by this way, full finished works to already publish on some social media. So sometimes you may encounter this one situation when you are working within the Google Colab. So cannot connect to GPU backend. So it's very common situation when you are, for example, using the face swapper in some day, and for example, like the one day later, you want to use like this face swapper again. So in this lecture, I will exactly show you what you can do in this one situation, or even also how to prevent like of running out from the GPU time. So firstly, what is very important, every time when you are using your face swapper, like in the background, like I would say the entire like the code is running. So there you can notice, at the below of the page, you've got I would say the information, executing 30 minutes. And when you have the Google Colab free subscription, you've got 12 hours, I would say the limit of the GPU time usage, alright? So basically, you can run the session, I would say 12 hours long. However, you can say, alright, but I'm only using, I would say the face swapper for the 2 hours or maybe 1 hour. So this is very important. For instance, let's say we are using the face swapper and we don't want to use it anymore, so we are closing, I would say this one tab. However, you can notice, like the entire process is still running in the background, alright? So it's still executing. And basically I've got this problem when I for first time like were using the Google Colab. So I didn't like turned it off, alright? And basically every time, if you are like using the face swapper, you need to go over right there to this drop down menu and basically click disconnect and delete runtime. Alright? And now we can click yes. And basically you can see it stopped after 30 minutes, alright? And every time when we want to use our face swapper, we need to go over to the right top corner and click there to reconnect. So now you can see it succeed. So we've got our T4, our RAM and the disk. So everything is at the point. And again, if we want to use our face swapper, we need to go over right there and click run all. And again, if everything is done, also bear in mind that it takes, I would say, a few minutes. We can go over there and click on this one link, as always. And again, as you can notice, that we've got our entire interface and we are ready to go in order to use this tool. Also, we need to pay attention to the fact that I would say our settings restarted, alright? So we've got the default ones. So every time we need to go over and, for example, enable the face enhancer, there we need to GPN 512, like enable, and basically like the settings depends on the image or whether the video. Alright, but now you can ask, but what if I already like have this one notification, so cannot connect to GPU backend? If that means if I can't like use, I would say like the Google Colab anymore, and basically I need to buy a subscription, or even what is happening? So we've got a few solutions for this problem. The first one is to just wait. Basically like Google Colab didn't define the time on how long we need to wait in order to again, I would say, use the GPU. Basically for me, I can say it takes 1 day or whether the 2, alright? Or even I can say it can last, I would say, the several hours. That depends from the demand, on the like the Google Colab and a lot of different factors. So this is the first one way to just wait, and after I would say some hours, or maybe I would say the day or whether 2, try to reconnect, I would say, your entire like the tool. And the second one way is to just purchase, I would say, the Google Colab subscription. So for now it costs approximately $12, and basically if you don't want to wait, I would say some hours or whether some days, you can go over there and basically like pay for the subscription, and immediately you will have like the access to this one entire, I would say, the tool, and you will be able to connect your device, alright? So actually these are the two solutions that you can basically do in order when you have like this one notification. However, every time, again, remember, when you're just ending like creating the face swapping, go over there, click on this like the drop down menu and just click disconnect and delete runtime. So basically you can avoid, I would say, this one situation sometimes. Of course, maybe like sometimes you will have like this one situation when you will run out from the GPU time. However, the probability will be just smaller. So pay attention to this one very important fact. So in this lecture, we are going to discover another one tool that will allow us to swap the faces between the characters. And I'm speaking about the inside face swap. And basically in order to like set up this entire tool, we need to go over to the Discord and click at the left side of the page on the plus to add a server. And this is very important. We need to click to create my own server, and actually we can select one from these options or just skip this question and like basically like name our server. So for example, face swap community. And now we can click create. In the resources of this lecture, I will attach for you the link with the documentation of this one, I would say the tool. And basically when you will click on it, we need to go over there to this one link. So Discord bot invitational link. And click on it. Next we'll have like this entire like the notification. And now there we need to select a server. So keep in mind to select ours, so faceswap community. And now let's click continue. Now let's go over with the authorize. And now you can see that our bot is added to the server. The next one step will be to choose the images that we want to work on. And basically every time try to pick, I would say the front face like the image, alright? So basically the character which is looking to the camera. For example, I would like to go over and pick this one image. So I would like to set this one face on other images. And for instance, let me go over and for example, download this one image. So let's download it. And also, maybe let's go ahead and download this one image. Now let's go over ahead to the type box and type something like save ID. Now let's click on it or just click enter. And now basically we need to provide the name of our character. So for example, let's say it will be the Anna. And now actually what we can do, we can go over right there and take this one image and drag and drop right there. So actually it doesn't work for that case. So we need to go over to our folder with the downloads and just pick this one image and drag and drop here. And now with that being said, we can go over and press just enter right there. And now the entire process is very simple. We need to type slash and now swap ID. So we can even type or just click there. And now ID name. So the name of our character. And it was the Anna. And now we need to provide there the image. So for instance, I would like to go over and provide this one image. And basically what it will do, it will take the face from our character that we set up. So this one, so the Anna, and it will insert it on this one image. And now basically we can click just enter. And after a few seconds we've got it, alright? So this one image. And now we can compare it to this one. This is pretty the same. This is very nice, very solid again. So again, this one image to this one. That's nice. And now even to download this one image, we need to go over right there, right click, open the image in the new tab, and now again right click and save image as. Now let's go ahead and swap another one face. For example, for this one image that we provided before. Let's go over again and type slash swap ID and click enter. And now provide the name. So the Anna. And now drag and drop the image inside of this box. And now we can see it takes only a few seconds basically to do this, alright? So I think, yes, we've got it, alright? So we've got our image with the swapped faces. We can see how it exactly works. So this is quite nice. Also, remember that every time we can go over to the Leonardo AI and upscale this one image. And now we can see like the overall quality is just better a lot, as always. We can download this one image and look on it by this way. Oops. We've got this one image, which is just great after the swapping faces. Let me go over and show you the image before. So we've got something like this. And the difference, I can say, is just huge, alright? We've got there like the less makeup, and also the image is more similar to this one, alright? So now we can compare it. So now this is after this face swapping, and this is before. So now you can see the difference is just huge and basically very powerful. So basically we've got it. In this one lecture we discovered the second one way on how we can swap the faces between the characters. I hope that you liked it. Remember, every time if you would like, please leave me your honest opinion of the course. It helps me so much. It gives me the motivation to work harder and also update this entire course and just provide for you the most relevant, I would say, information as I do every time, alright? So every time I try to do my best, alright, when it comes to every like the course and every like the lecture. And again, I will be very grateful. With that being said, for now we know the two methods on how we can swap the faces, and in the next one lecture, we'll know the third one method, which will be also very powerful. So with that being said again, let's get into it. So far, we have already discovered two very important tools that allows us to basically like swap the faces between the characters. However, if you don't want to set up the tool by yourself, I've got you covered, because there I have for you the perfect solution. Basically, in this lecture, I will show you exactly the software which is exactly perfect for that case. And I'm talking about the website called ACOL. So feel free to go over to the resources of this lecture, where I will attach my link to this one website, or go over and type the acol.com. And now if you are there, go over right here to the platform and click on the faceswap. Also overall there, you should set up your account in order to get the free credits, alright? However now, let's go over there and just drag and drop our files. And I've got this one image as the source, and even now I can go over to the plus and choose the face for it. It is uploaded for now, as you can see. We can click on it. And now basically we have set up our like the images. Now even let's go over there and click on the face enhance. This is very, I would say, powerful. And now we can click on high quality face swap. Afterwards, we need to go over ahead to my library. And there we'll have like this one image with the swapped face. And now actually we can compare this one images. So basically it's also very, very powerful, right? And you can see we've got a lot of similarities between them both. If you would like to like download the image, you need to click there to basically download it. But what is very important, after downloading the image, you can see in the right bottom corner, we've got like the watermark. So of course, I don't recommend you to go over to the Photoshop and like remove this entire watermark. And basically to get the images like without this watermark, we need to go over there to the pricing, and we need to buy like the subscription. But you know, I'm only showing for you this one software because I think this is very, very great. There you've got like the $30 subscription, so the 0.05 USD per like, I would say the credit. And there you've got like the 600 credits, and basically like one image generation like takes approximately 3 or 4 credits, alright? So you can create a lot of like the images out there, alright? However, as I said, feel free to use the free one version, or whether like use the, I would say the tools that I showed you previously. So these are the free ones, alright? However, as I said, you can go over and invest in this tool, so the decision is yours to make. Also there you've got like the 3 days for free, so you know you can test it out, and afterwards if it won't fit your requirements, you can like cancel the subscription. We can again upload some image that on which we would like to swap the faces, alright? So there the face will be different, and like there you can see, I've got a lot of faces uploaded. So for example, let me go over with something like this. Let's enable the face enhance and like swap it. Or even now I can go over there and remove this one image and go ahead, for example, to this one, alright? And again, do this stuff. And now again, we've got our results. So this one and this one, alright? And also there you can notice, like the previous one, I would say the creations that I did in the past. So I must say this is very, very great. So with that being said, for now, you know 3 very powerful ways on how you can use, I would say, the face swapper to swap the faces between the characters. So basically, I recommend you to test it out, basically all of them, and pick the one that fit your requirements the most, alright? So pick the one tool basically to work with, alright? And with that being said, I hope again that you liked this lecture. For now, this is everything, and I will see you in the next one video. So welcome everyone in the exercise of this section, where is the great place for you to get into the action. And basically in this one project, I can say we'll just create the images and basically we'll swap the faces for them. So again, feel free to do this together with me, because this is very, very important. If you will practice, for example, for 10 minutes or whether 20, you will exactly know how this tool exactly works, alright, and you will have, I would say, the experience in using it. You will see what is great, what is basically not working, and what is working, and overall, all of the cons and pros of this one, I would say the solutions. First things first, what I did. I generated like the additional images for the purpose of this project. So I typed female Instagram model, cute young adorable, platinum hair, blue eyes and the pale skin. And we've got something like this. Also I used the Leonardo Vision XL. And now, for example, I like really this one image. That's perfect. I can download it. This one. So now you can see this formula. So the prompt formula is very powerful and very universal, because with that method you can create just the, I would say, the masterpieces. Just beautiful, like the AI influencers. And now this is very important part. Basically we need to choose one of the face swapper from the 3 that we have already learned. So the first one tool that you can use is the Face Fusion. So this is the tool that is working with the Google Colab. The second one is the Face Insign. So this is the tool like with the Discord. And the third one is the Echo. So this is the software in order to like swap the faces. So basically the choice is yours. Pick the one that you like the most. To be honest, I must say that the Face Fusion is my favorite, because there we've got this tool totally for free, and basically the results are just very solid and outstanding. So now basically we can go over and upload our source image, or even I would like to provide this one image as the source and this one as the target. And now let's go over ahead and enable the options. So face enhancer, now change the GPN 512, and now increase the image quality to the 100, alright? And now basically we can click start and see like the results. So we've got something like this, which is pretty nice, alright? So the quality overall we can just improve by simply downloading this one image, and as always going to the universal upscaler, changing the creativity strength and upscaling it. And now we can compare these both images. So I think this is pretty nice. So we've got the same one lips, the same one form, very similar nose, and overall the entire face is just pretty similar, I can say. Also, what I very recommend you to do is to basically like try out different images, because sometimes it may not work very great when it comes to some image, alright? But on the other hand, when you will take other image, it can work even better, alright? So basically every time this is the most important, to just experiment, just work and put some effort into like creating the best one results, alright? So basically like practice and practice. And again, I really encourage you to take the action inside of this course to basically better refine your knowledge and actually remember all of this, I would say, the features, because in the future it can help you a lot, alright? Furthermore, I'm very curious what you have created, alright? So which one images of the models you have created, and also how it went with like the face swapping. If you would like, you can share your results on this one email. So basically I will be very happy to see your results, and I will try to respond within the 48 hours. So again, feel free to contact me anytime and like share your results. I will be very happy. For now, I hope that you like this exercise, and again we have it. I really appreciate your appearance in this course, your engagement, that you are putting a lot of time into these materials, and also your trust in me, alright? That you trust me, that these methods are very powerful. Basically, I'm trying to do my best, so I hope that you see that. And with that being said again, thank you so much. For now, this is everything. I will see you in the next one lecture.